Fox News alert. The ex-girlfriend and mother of the New York bomb suspect's daughter is speaking out. They have a child together, a little girl named Maria. In a Fox News exclusive, she says that Ahmad Khan Rahami seems standoffish to American culture, but she says, I never thought he would cross the line. The father of the guy in Minnesota, the mall attacker, this guy right here, he said he had no suspicion that his son was radicalized. So what can be done to help identify these terrorists before they attack? Let's bring in Dr. Jasser, who is president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Thank you for being with us, Dr. Jasser.
Thank you. It's good to be with you.
Well, thank you. We're glad to have you. Maybe you can shed some light on this. What do you make of all of this, and what does the Muslim community need to do?
Well, we seem to go through this every time, and you wonder when we're going to learn. At the end of the day, this is not a lone wolf. There's a pool that these radicals are swimming in. While some of them might have bizarre, sort of odd personal histories, the bigger narrative, to use Josh Earnest's term, is one of anti-Americanism, Sharia supremacism, a hate for the West. So a lot of these common denominators are the theopolitical ideology of this domestic and global movement that hates America, wants to establish not only ISIS, but Islamic states, and put Sharia law into place. So we Muslims are the only ones that can own it. We Muslims are the only ones that can reform this. And instead of working with reformers, the administration is actually pushing the grievance narrative of the radicals. Jay Johnson was speaking to the Islamic Society of North America last week, telling our community that we're in the same situation as the Jim Crow law era of the 60s. So if you wonder how this family, for example, was suing the city and others for discrimination against Muslims, the bandwidth is being used for victim grievance mongering, which radicalizes our faith community rather than counterterrorism and counter-ideology.
Well, the guy here in New York, they interviewed his dad yesterday, and his dad said he didn't know that this was really happening. It took him a long time to answer the question, actually. But he said, you can see him shaking his head, no, he didn't know. And he said, we're going through a hard time. Do you buy that? Do you think the parents, I mean, look at the brothers looking forward. It's like, we don't want to answer these questions.
Well, Ainsley, what did he not know? He did not know maybe about the violence, about the bomb making, about the militancy, but he certainly knew about the pool he was swimming in, which is the anti-Americanism, the disgust for this culture, the travel to Afghanistan, the ideological separationism from this country, a hate for our troops, our police. That he knew, but they will never own up to that because they don't put the link. It's like the alcoholic that doesn't want to admit that they have a problem, and this family was part of that radicalization, whether they want to admit it or not.
All right, Dr. Jasser, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.